So Hollywood couldn't help itself. This past weekend, the brand new movie Bros came out in theaters, and the main star and executive producer on the project, Billie Eichner, is just not happy. Billie Eichner taking to Twitter to lash out at their audience seems a little strange, considering that their Rotten Tomatoes reviews seem to be pretty damn high. The audience score of 92% with 250 verified ratings and 91% on the critic reviews with 130 reviews. Billie Eichner decided to go on Twitter and go on a bit of a rant. He says, "Last night I snuck in and sat in the back of a sold-out theater playing Bros in LA. The audience howled with laughter, start to finish, burst into applause at the end, and some were wiping away tears as they walked out. It was truly magical. Really, I am very proud of this movie." That's great. I'm glad you found one theater in LA where everyone was laughing hysterically. That's great. Doesn't really tell us anything. But he goes on and says Rolling Stone already has Bros on the list of the best comedies of the 21st century. What's also true is that at one point, a theater chain called Universal and said they were pulling the trailer because of the gay content. Universal convinced them not to. America, fuck yeah, etc., etc. Cool, Billy. He then goes on to say, "That's just the world we live in, unfortunately. Even with the glowing reviews, great Rotten Tomatoes scores, and a cinema score, etc., straight people, especially in certain areas of the country, just didn't show up for Bros, and that's disappointing, but it is what it is." When he finishes it all off with, "Everyone who isn't a homophobic weirdo should go see Bros tonight. You will have a blast, and it is special and uniquely powerful to see this particular story on a big screen, especially for queer folks who don't get this opportunity often. I love this movie so much. Go Bros." Now, I don't want to take away from his excitement of making the movie. Billie Eichner's, I have always thought, is kind of funny. But this is just another chapter in Hollywood's new book of blaming fans for something. If this movie is so good and so great, especially on your Rotten Tomatoes, the all-knowing Rotten Tomatoes site, why attack fans? You've already gotten the reviews that you wanted. What are you bitching at? It's always about, oh, this movie isn't for you, but then why aren't you going to see my movie? Well, is it for us or is it not for us? Is this for a specific audience or is this for everyone? No one seems to be able to answer this question. Again, Hollywood can't seem to pull itself away from blaming its audience for all the bad stuff that's been going on. But as soon as something good happens, at least on paper, we still have to blame people for not going to see it. Now, it would seem that the budget of this movie was right around $22 million, and the box office haul for the first weekend was $4.8 million. I'm not sure what to say about that. No one's going to see the movie. Maybe they just didn't want to see this movie. But blaming your audience or blaming homophobia on reasons why people didn't go out to the theater is probably not such a good look. Over the past couple of years, we've seen this exact same behavior from people over at Disney. Disney Marvel, Disney Star Wars have all blamed their audiences or the mystical white supremacy or bigotry or homophobia as why these shows aren't working out and why they're not as well received as they should be. But the overwhelming consensus about these shows is nothing about the identity of these characters. It's about the acting chops. It's about the writing. It's about the cinematography. It's shit from wall to wall. We've been beaten over the head time and time again that these movies, these shows have modern day politics involved. They have modern day messaging. They've been modified for a new audience. And a lot of the people who are criticizing the show don't want that. They want escapism. They want to escape the world that they live in. What an idea. And when I see tweets like this from Billie Eichner, I can't help but think he just hasn't had his firmware update yet. Or maybe the update is just well installed and he's saying everything that everyone else is saying because you can't just come to terms with the movie just being garbage. Now, it doesn't particularly matter what the movie is about. The plot seems to be pretty formulaic as far as a rom-com goes, but just in the LGBTQ setting. And that's totally fine. Nobody's worried about that. But the problem is not the movie and what it's about. The problem is here, Hollywood actors attacking an audience that just isn't going to see it anyway. I can't say I'm surprised at this point. Every single property that has come out recently that touches on modern issues for a rebooted franchise has failed absolutely miserably. But we keep being told that the reason these don't work out is because of homophobic cis white men. They don't understand. but in the same breath, they will tell you that it is not for you, so don't go see it. So which is it, Hollywood? Billie Eichner, who is it that you are trying to appeal to here? Can I just not see a movie because I don't want to see it? Or do I have to see it because it has representation in it? I don't know. But please, Hollywood, make up your damn mind.